Hello and welcome to this episode of Chrono Trigger. I spent like an hour and a half of grinding in order to get the techniques that I wanted in order to finally face Megasis Castle. I might have overdone it just a little bit, but, you know, on the plus side, I have some pretty sweet abilities. So, let's go here. Actually, I kind of want to show them off. So, first off, I want to show off Leap Slash. It's basically like Chrono's Spin Cut. And then Marl's Ice 2. I've decided that Marl will not be joining us for the Megas fight, but I still wanted to get Ice 2 to keep her fresh, to keep her up to date on abilities. So, that's those two. Running straight through and trying to do this as quickly as I can, because there are actually quite a few abilities that I unlocked. So, perfect timing. Frog got an ability called Heal, which is a heal all. Alright, let's see. Frog and Chrono got a dual tech called Spire, which is pretty sweet. It's basically a reverse of what Chrono usually takes on. It's similar to his sword stream, but I may as well do this. So this is Arc Impulse. It is their triple tech. Which does enormous damage. It's a pretty legit ability. Alright. So, out. And then back in. Totally taking advantage of the showcase. And I will use ethers if it means being able to show them all. Alright, so now let's do... Already showed Arc Impulse. Ice Water. I am not at all worried about how much damage they'll do. Ice Water is this. It hits everybody and it does a pretty solid amount of damage. You probably noticed another one up there that said Glacier, which we will do here in... right here. So the interesting thing is, Glacier is a higher tier attack, but Ice Water hits more enemies. Glacier, yeah, Glacier is dedicated. And then while they're doing that, Chrono will do his Lightning too. Yeah, this tier of spells is actually where they start getting really cool looking. And I should not try and talk over that. That is actually incredibly loud. I got an ether for that. So, I mean, that basically trivializes this whole thing. Alright, did I do everything? I did not do water 2. I didn't do Ice 2. But I will actually switch Marl out, though. Switch her out with Robo. We did actually get an ability for Robo. I didn't go too far with Robo because of the fact that I only needed one more ability in order to unlock their triple tech. Which I will take advantage of. So, Rocket Roll. We've got Max Cyclone, which I don't think can do anything at the moment. But we've also got Triple Raid. basically X Strike plus Robo. But that is because of Robo's tackle. Actually, I will use Frog's Water too. And that pretty much takes care of Robo stuff. Oop, that's not what I want. Come on. Down. Luca. So this is the team that I'm actually going to be using for the Megas fight. Is Chrono, Frog, and Luca. Decided to put Marl on the sidelines, mainly because, well, one, Frog is a really good healer, or is at the very least a competent healer. And two, oh yeah, by the way, Protect, which is cuts all physical damage by 1/3. Then there's Red Pen, which is the dual tech, which is pretty sweet. Yep, and oh, by the way, all right, there's one more I want to show you. That one. But yeah, so the reason I'm going to be using this group is both for the fact that Frog can competently do healing, and also that this allows for all of the magic types besides Shadow, except for this attack, I believe, technically counts as Shadow. It's pretty cool looking. There are a few that are cooler. For some reason, a lot of the triple techs have a very triangular based sort of geometry. Like there's that one. There's the triple tech of Chrono, Marl, and Luca. That is also, it's basically the same concept. Then there's one that I can't do during this first playthrough. I would actually have to go through 2 more playthroughs in order to get the right items for it. Which, man, this game utilizes that like a ton. There are triple techs that require a particular item, but the item has to be equipped by unlike all 3 people in order to be able to utilize it. So it has to be like the 3rd playthrough before you're able to even use the item. It's like, oh, okay, I guess. Sure. So, running in here. We are totally going to... Oh yeah, he doesn't sell mid-tonics. But the dude in Dorino should. Yeah. I'm actually surprised I was able to get through on that text box. I wish I could run in the overworld. I was actually holding the circle button trying to run. Right. So if you remember in the last episode, we, or by we I mean Frog, sliced a hole into a mountain and thus revealed a cave, which is actually our ticket into the castle. Okay, there we go. So, we are on task. And we are on our way. No more pleasant music anymore. Once we go inside. Actually, no music. And what's with this bat? This bat keeps following us around. Runs off whenever we fight a monster, but... Alright. So. Magic Cave. So let's see how they deal with magic. Seems pretty self-explanatory, right? It seems to be fairly effective. And the good thing is Chrono still has that silver stud, so all of his magic is at half MP cost. Hey, I'm finally calling it MP rather than mana. I was wondering if I would ever do that. Those rats. And those bats. Rats and bats. With Chrono's speed, those lightning 2 attacks are just quick kills in this area. Hey, frog leveled up. Hooray. Oh, okay. Well. Guess we'll have to deal with these. Yep. It burns through MP like crazy, but in a way it's possibly the most satisfying attack. But now I'll actually let someone else have the fun. Despite the fact with Chrono's speed, he could activate it right now. Do it. Frog. Let's see how Frog's water works. That. And we're good to go, I guess. Oh, there's a guy. A note written in blood. The juggler in Megasis Castle strengthens his guard when attacked. Beware. Oh. Okay. Does that mean beat him quickly the first time? Well, that's not imposing at all. It was a really impressive thing being able to actually see Megasis Castle for the first time. Like, whenever I first played this game, it's like, oh man, that's gonna be epic. And this is like one of the first dungeons that actually has that sort of epic look. This can only be. Thumbnail right there. Megasis Castle. Yeah, Megasis theme is like one of my favorite themes in all of gaming. Well then. This is rather inviting, isn't it? Well, I guess we'll go up this way. Our treasure. Ha ha. Wanna play? Well, this isn't disturbing at all. Well, if it isn't Luca. Frog, you're safe. And Chrono's mom. Chrono, so this is where you've been since the festival. You had me worried sick. An empty chair. Hmm. Man. And the lack of music here is just... Oh, it's so... Like, I was genuinely unnerved the first time I saw this. Ha ha ha. May as well grab it. Wanna play? See, is that not disturbing? Like, that's... Man, that's intense. Well, may as well. Mid-ether shelter. There's a sword up here, too. Well, it doesn't look like there's much we can do. And this bat never leaves us alone. Oh? Ozzy. Welcome, Glenn. Or should I say, Sir Froggy. Mwahaha. Say, looks like you've got some replacements for Cyrus. Megasis is a tad busy right now. You'll have to take up your business with me. The swordsman Slash, and Flea the magician. And... you'll have to defeat all 100 of the beasts in Megasis Castle. I've actually never counted to see if it's legitimately 100 beasts in the castle. Alright. Oh, that does massive damage. Okay. So I read up on good party makeups. I mean, I've beaten this game I don't know how many times, but I still wanted to see if there was like a better way to make parties, and they're basically just like, this is actually a really good party. And they were just like, yeah, Luca's really slow, but by the end of the game, she's basically a tactical nuke. Dance, dance, for tonight our leaders to be born. Alright. Ah, here comes the sacrifice. So we're at 6 beaten right now. So plus 5, this will be 11. If I don't forget, I'm going to try and keep track. That one's an Omnicron, so he's immune to magic. And still can never hit. Okay, so that's 11. This is going to be a fairly extensive fight. Wasn't helped by my little tech showcase, but nevertheless. Only a moron would try to kill something that's already dead. Humans? There you go. And this background, like, This game knows how to make ambiance. And it's obviously not as successful as something like a survival horror game or something like that, but nevertheless, this... I mean, just listen to that. Like, there's obviously a wrongness in the air in hearing this. It's like, oh man, this is dark. Alright, so we're up to 16. Like I said, I'm going to try and count to see if there are 100. Oh? Please help. Relieve us of this misery. Dang. Alright. Doing this again. Deal with them right quick. Alright, so that's 21. We're up to 21 now. It's already like a fifth of the monsters, isn't it? How did you get past my cadaver pals? It's been ages, Sir Slush. Bat flies in, flies right out. That's Slash, you slimy dolt. Still playing the comedian, eh, Glenn? You'd be singing a different tune if Cyrus hadn't been there with you last time. You'd have fit right in with those bony fellows you just busted up. Right, so we're up to 21. Fire sword. Oh yeah, the Masamune will take care of itself. There we go. So this version of Flash, I should say, is actually fairly doable. Not really much supreme challenge. However, notice from my tone, and also the fact that he hasn't picked up his sword. Attack, attack, attack. I will actually see if I can do a heal. So, there are... I'll say there's more than one boss fight in this area. This is the first epic dungeon that occurs in this game. Like, all of the other dungeons that we faced thus far have been essentially go to place, go to end of place, fight boss. That attack does a pretty decent amount of damage, but nevertheless. But yeah, most of the dungeons that we've faced thus far have basically been a go into dungeon, go to end of dungeon, beat dungeon. Alright. So we finished that. Now, let's get to business. This is going to do me a world of good. And with no Cyrus to protect you, you're mine. You dare to oppose me? I do like how he looks like just a very mature imp. Ooh, that slash is rough. Get it, slash. But this is actually the first dungeon where you not only fight multiple bosses, but you're going through an enormous task. This, I believe, is considered the halfway point. Oh, he hits everybody there? Man, that's rough. Well, I'm still gonna be... I mean, this is one of the maps that is the reason why I hit the wrong person. I actually wanted to give Chrono that. Oh, well, Frog could use it, so... At the very least, it's not wasted, so... There's that. Heal. You always use it for healing, so... No worries. So this is considered the halfway point of the game, is finishing this area. Not just whenever you start the fight. It's actually whenever you finish this dungeon. Good, he only hit one person. But still need to do heals. And they make sure that you earn this halfway point. Just think about it. I did grinding for an hour and a half before I came here. And this is, like, it still takes a while to fight these bosses. This is actually one of the places where, if you're not careful, you could even lose on New Game Plus. Especially when fighting against Megas himself. I hope it's not a spoiler that we actually fight Megas. I mean, it is his castle. I guess it would be a spoiler if I said we didn't. No. Oof. Did a spin cut. How about my fire spin cut? Alright. I'm so glad that Frog has his heal spell, though. This fight would be so much more difficult if he didn't have his heal spell. I guess if he didn't have heal, I would have brought Marl. Because... Oh, man. Man, that... Whenever he hits everybody, it is just rough. Come on. I hope it's not repetitive that I keep using Fire Sword. It probably is, but... It's the most effective attack I have at the moment. It's the most cost-effective, too. Because it only requires... Luca's... Oop. It only requires Luca's Fire 1 and Chrono's Spin Cut. And with Chrono's Silver Stud having all of his MP cost, makes it... Yes, indeed. Ugh. Alright. So the next one has to be heal. Oof. Please tell me he doesn't die. Oh, he doesn't die. Awesome. That was a little bit risky. Man, stop doing that. You may get to see Chrono's... Oh, yes. There we go. 10 tech points, 1,500 gold. Unbelievable, but falling in the line of duty for Megas leaves me with few regrets. Got one slasher. So this is actually something that I can equip to Chrono. And it actually increases my speed as well. So, you might wonder, what on earth do those little stars mean? Well, those stars mean that Chrono's speed cannot go any higher. It is max speed. Like, even if I use speed tabs, it cannot go higher than that. So, we now have the slasher. And we're actually going to use a shelter. We're going to use a shelter each time. It's pretty much a given. If you remember people talking about Megasis generals, there are 3 of them. And then there's Megas himself. So, this will be quite a trek. But I will cut this one off here. Thank you guys for watching. Please join me for the next one as we continue in Megasis Castle and continue into the darkness. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time, and have a blessed day.